Hello, good people. This is your guy, Mr. Educator, Mr. Communicator, Mr. Free Thinker, coming back at you live once again from the Lone Star State with another edition of the Media Mike Speaks. All right, good people. I just wanted to bring this to your attention for those of you who may not know this, and some of you may not even care. But anyway, take a look here. Congress mandates anti-drunk driving technology for cars. This is for the future, and we're going to talk about it. So, like I said, some of you may not care. And this is not about whether you drink or not, or drink and drive. This is just letting you know where we're heading with the future of technology, even in automobiles. Because we already know about the electric cars, which have been around since I don't know how long. They're just not hitting the mainstream. But we also know about the self-driving cars, which they're out there, but they haven't really perfected that yet. But anyway, let's take a look here. One of the lesser known provisions in the newly passed infrastructure bill, this is the bill by Sleepy Joe, could save thousands of lives by stopping drunk driving before it starts. It requires all new vehicles be equipped with sensors that can detect whether the driver is impaired and prevent the car from starting. Now, I do have some comments about this. My thoughts, as you saw. So, we're going to continue here. Congress is making its biggest push ever to stop drunk driving with Sleepy Joe President Biden's huge infrastructure bill. Now, according to this article, as we previously reported, one of the provisions included a mandate for anti-drunk driving technology in new cars. Now, the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act has passed Congress with the measure intact. Now, this came from Autoblog AP Reports, and it's expected to be signed by Sleepy Joe pretty soon. As part of the legislation, car makers will have to include technology to detect and stop drunk drivers by early as 2026, good people. Now, we know Sleepy Joe is trying to get rid of all cars that have fuel by 2030. Well, California's already looking at doing that. They want all this electric push. So this thing's here, this kind of worries me, because you all know that when they started with the new cars after 2015, something like that, they wouldn't have CD players anymore, which who has CDs now, but all this stuff is a tracking device. All those things now they have, which you have no CD players, everything you put a thumb drive in there, upload it, Wi-Fi, it's all a tracking system where they can actually shut your car down if they want to. So just saying. Anyway, first, though, the Department of Transportation will have to determine the best solution to curtail intoxicated drunk driving. Specifically, the bill requires something that will passively monitor the performance of a driver of a motor vehicle to accurately identify whether that driver may be impaired. This is where it gets kind of murky here. It goes without saying that we need something more advanced than breathalyzers, which are already used as a punishment for convicted drunken drivers. Now, here's their research. Around 10,000 people die every year, this is their data, in the U.S. from drunk driving accidents. The NHTSA says, now that we have smarter sensors and plenty of camera technology to monitor driver behavior, it makes sense to explore solutions that could help prevent those sorts of accidents. Within a decade, it should feel as commonplace as seatbelts. I think not, good people. I think not. All depends. We're going to get to it. Now, the infrastructure bill also includes other safety measures like rear seat reminders that could notify parents about children left in car seats. Now, I see that. I like that. Now, that I can rock with. Yeah. Because we all know those cases of parents mysteriously leaving their child in the car, the hot car in the summer. Now, hardly no other time of the year, hardly any other time of the year, but the summertime is when some parents seem to forget about their child being in the car. Things that make you go, Okay, now, additionally, Congress will also require automatic emergency braking and lane departure warnings, features that many new cars already offer. Now, I agree with that. Safety, I do agree. It's unclear when true self-driving cars will be a reality, but until then, at least human drivers can look forward to more ways to prevent accidents. Okay, we got that. Now, my thoughts about this, good people, is I see a little bit of trouble with this. Now, let me explain. The article is regarding drunk drivers, meaning alcohol, I presume. But what about medications? Will this new system be able to tell the difference between alcohol and medication? Because you see, a DUI and a DWI can be two totally different things depending on the penal code and the state. Texas uses DWI, driving while intoxicated. And sometimes they're used interchangeably, driving under the influence. But under the influence of what? I don't know now. I'm not saying that this is totally a bad thing. I'm just saying that this could cause potential problems in the future, like false positives. So if you are taking medication that makes you a bit drowsy or sleepy, what are you saying? The car won't start? What about mouthwash? Listerine, which is known to contain certain amount of alcohol? I don't know. But I guess we will see. Just my thoughts. Let me know what you think, good people. Feel free to leave your comments in the comment section below. Until next time, this is your guy, Mr. Educator, Mr. Communicator, Mr. Free Thinker. Subscribe, share, and like to keep me rocking on the mic. Have a good night.